My name is Bijoux, and I'm originally from Congo. Before I joined the youth group, I was quite closed up inside, but nobody would know that because I always was around a big group of people. I was amongst the popular girls. I was one of the popular girls. Quite a few people wanted to be like me. I was very outgoing amongst my friends, but inside I was very introverted. And I'd be really bubbly, going out to parties, drinking, smoking, thinking that would bring me happiness, but it was only temporarily. And the reason I'd become this way is because I'd harbored a lot of grudges against my dad when I was younger. I moved from the Congo to the UK when I was 4, and I think the contrast between the two countries and the culture shock affected the relationship between my parents, so they eventually separated. But before that separation, there was a lot of arguments, there were a lot of fights, and I would witness my dad literally punching my mum. And it was hard for me to see such a thing because I used to love my dad. I was such a daddy's girl. Everything that he would do, I wanted to do too. He turned from a father figure into a monster. And as I grew up, this hatred grew more and more and more, especially when he left the house. I thought, what are you doing? You're supposed to be looking after myself and my brother. You're supposed to be like the breadwinner of the house, but my mum is struggling. She's having to do everything. And I wanted to help my mum, but I didn't really know how to. This continued till about, let's say, secondary school, just before I went to uni actually. And when I went to uni, I thought, this is freedom. And around the time I was at university, I found out that my dad had another family back home in Congo. So that was the reason why he never wanted us to visit extended family over there, because he was trying to hide his secret. This made me even more mad. I went even deeper in towards the parties. I started seeking affection from guys, even though I knew I didn't really like them, but I just wanted the attention that I wanted from my dad from them. And it wasn't until I think the age of 21, I just finished university, and I remember finding out the news that my grandmother had just passed away. And this happened so quickly. I was originally supposed to fly out to the Congo to celebrate my graduation over there, and just a few weeks before, actually it was 2 weeks before, my grandmother passed away. And I felt really low, and I didn't know how to mourn, because I just decided to be a mother to my mum because she'd lost her mum. She'd crumbled before my eyes and she needed somebody to comfort her. So I took on that role. My dad wasn't around, so I thought I might as well be the person that she needs to look after her. I didn't know how to cry. I didn't know how to express my feelings. I was feeling all sorts of emotions inside of me, and there was nobody there who could speak to me and calm me down. By the time we came back from the funeral, things weren't going my way. I had applied for jobs before graduation, but I'd missed out on the interviews because I had to fly out for the funeral. And so I wasn't just sad, and nobody was there to help me. It wasn't until I came to the VYG that I started to understand that I needed to let go of these feelings. I didn't want to join the VYG first of all. I thought, I'm 21, I'm so used to clubbing, I'm so used to raving, I'm so used to living by myself. I don't want to be jumping around with little kids. But what I understood is that I was the one carrying all this pain and he had no idea. He was there living his life, and I was the one feeling hurt. I was the one feeling down, let down by boys who were giving me unnecessary attention, and I thought they were giving me love, but they weren't. And the VYG helped me to not only overcome these inner issues, but also overcome everything else around me. I had to reach out to my dad. I had to ask him for forgiveness, tell him everything that I was feeling towards him, and try to remend that relationship. It was hard at first because I didn't want to, but I knew deep down I really did. I missed him, and deep down he missed me too, and he didn't know how to reach out to me. But once we'd started communicating, everything just started to fall into place. And now me and my dad were really good friends. We speak all the time, and it's funny because I never thought I would ever forgive him. I never thought I'd be able to call him dad anymore. Faith for me is something that we have inside, but we're not always aware of. It's like the potential to be something, to do more, to change, and stuff like that. But I didn't really think that I had faith. I knew about God. I called myself a Christian because I'd been to so many churches before, but I never developed a relationship with God. And coming to the youth group showed me that I wasn't who I thought I was. I wasn't the type of Christian that I thought I was. Even though I'd been to churches, I hadn't changed. I hadn't taken it upon myself to analyze myself and see that I could become better, to see where I was going wrong. I always blamed other people and never took the time to actually blame myself and see that I was also at fault. So the relationship with my dad showed me that I held a grudge towards him. I was rude, I was disrespectful, and faith allowed me to see that I had also decided to contribute towards those problems, but I hadn't realized that. But faith allowed me to come to terms to that and change the story of my life. That's what allowed me to move forward, and that's what allowed me to transform my life and mend the relationship between myself and my father, and see other things fall into place inside of my life, and to finally get peace. One thing that helped me was to open up and to realize that I wasn't perfect, to realize that other people weren't to blame for the situation that I was going through, that I had also contributed towards the situation. And if you want to change, just open up. No one is here to judge you. No one is here to condemn you. No one is here to put you down. No one is here to look at you funny and say, wow, I don't think I can help you. That's not it. That's not what the VYG is about. If you truly want change, take this opportunity and speak out, because it's there for you.